Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sonny, and this is a mini astrology reading for Trisha Paytas. Is that how you pronounce it, sweetheart? All right, Trisha Paytas. All right, so here we go. For those who don't know, I'm a professional astrologer. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share the video. And here's the action. I do little mini readings like this on the channel all the time. And here we go. So here's a little background on this. I don't know who this is or what's going on. All I know is it was trending on Twitter, and SLC seems to have a couple of things to say about it. So we'll get to that. But before I unleash her and hear what she's talking about right now about this, I'm going to look at her chart and I'm going to tell you what I see. All right, here we go. Trisha Paytas. So these mini readings that I do live are usually like 10 minutes long, but we'll just check it out and see what's going on. So she's born May 8th, 1988. Wow, what a cool birthday. At 3:02 p.m. in Riverside, California. Wow, very cool. She is a Taurus, right on. Taurus, Virgo rising. Oh my goodness, with her nodes conjunct her ascendant and descendant. Well, I know that's in Virgo. I know that's nerd astro talk, right? What does it mean, Sonny? What does it? Okay. All right, whatever. So she's a Taurus, so she's going to be somewhat possessive, and the sun is highlighting her ninth house way at the top there. So, you know, she might be expansive. She might be into education. She might be very philosophical. She might have an opinion and want to stick to it. She can be extremely business-minded and very worldly. She does have, and she might have a fixed opinion about things. I think I said that already. Now, this whole node thing, she has to watch out for some stuff. She might be extremely analytical. She might be a little bit OCD. She can be a little bit secretive. These are some things that she has to watch out. I think just as we're having fun with the chart, I'm going to say she has some difficult stuff in her chart. And I'm going to look at her transit in a second and show you what I think is going to happen to her. But just for a little bit of fun stuff, she is supposed to be very popular, and she can make her money from being popular with Venus at the top of her chart there. Now, she is a bit of a closet sex freak, just to let you guys know if we're having fun with a YouTuber here. If she is, all right. I don't know, but she's a closet sex freak. She does a lot of stuff in secret. She has a very strong destiny. I think her identity. You see, the South, and we're talking about this on the sunny side these days, about the South Node and how it affects different parts of your chart. And she's born with her South Node on or just crossing over her ascendant. And what's going to happen is this is going to dissolve her identity over time. So she might end up appearing a bit insincere at times, or she might end up appearing a bit of a chameleon as her identity gets dissolved in one area and then gets rebuilt in another area. Anyways, she's going to be come across as very detail-oriented, very analytical, and you know, that's it. She might be health conscious, but over here, you're going to see that with the North Node, right, kind of conjunct all of this. You know, it's kind of moving towards her sixth house, but it just left the seventh house. So she might do things like take relationships and her health for granted. The North Node tends to be a bit of like you take things for granted. You know, wherever it travels has the potential for great success, but at the same time, if you don't support that success with reality, with like you really back it up with something, then it's going to lead to a problem. For example, as the North Node transits her sixth house in the next little, well, it's not, okay, whatever, forget it, it's not transiting. Sonny misspoke. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Anyway, she's always going to have to watch her health, never take it for granted. She has to watch her relationships, never take it for granted. As we're talking about her health, way up here, Jupiter in the eighth house, I saw this chart on AstroTheme, and it looks a little different on my computer than it does on AstroTheme, just letting you guys know. But here, Jupiter in the eighth house makes a very not so happy aspect to Mars. Well, Mars is a little outside. I really wouldn't count that in with the with Jupiter. My orbs are pretty tight here for those who follow astrology. Anyways, but that energy is going to square this energy, which is probably a better way of looking at it. And so what's going to happen is she's so this doesn't bode well for her. Okay, so I don't really know about her, but it's very obvious in this chart that like she's obviously going to have problems with children. Like she's obviously going to have miscarriages, accidental pregnancies, abortion, and this is going to be a theme for her entire life. There's also a possibility with Mars in the fifth house. There's these people end up with guys they're not supposed to be with, or women they're not supposed to be with, or these kind of people get jerked around a lot in relationships where people say, oh, I'm going to marry you, I'm going to marry you, and they never get married. Or there's going to be a situation, because they do get married sometimes, obviously, but oftentimes they get jerked around by guys. They almost always have problems with children, almost always have problems conceiving. They can be very argumentative in situations, but at the same time, this woman in particular has the moon in the fifth house, and that's going to add a couple of things. It's going to add kind of a shadow or a hidden element, so to speak, to the children game, right? The fifth house. At the same time, it makes this woman highly, highly, highly creative and extremely romantic. She's also probably loose in the zipper. Just letting you guys know, I would imagine this woman is like extremely loose in the zipper, but I bet she's also a lot of fun. Moon and Aquarius people, especially in the fifth house of romance, they tend to be easy breezy. Hey, how are you? What's going on? They tend to be like pretty cool guys. And I kind of dig it. It should be a lot of fun. But it's totally at odds with who she is, right? Like she's a Taurus. She's highly possessive. Like she's a very possessive, very me kind of person, very stubborn. But at the same time, her moon is easy breezy and her Mars is easy breezy. And she's probably very social Taurus. Anyway, she's going to have a hell of a time with kids in this world. Kids and creativity. Wow. There's a possibility she's going to inherit a lot of money. But you know, she might end up spending that money on the kids. Like this red line is always going to be a problem in her life. But like, let's dismiss it for a second. Let's just like pretend that Jupiter's hanging out in the eighth house. Okay, so she might have some problems with her health in this lifetime that nobody knows about, or that the doctors can't figure out. Maybe she's got a thyroid problem. We'll see. Maybe she likes to sing. You know, this is all kind of Taurus stuff. But with Jupiter in the eighth house, on one hand, she can inherit a lot of money. She should be very successful with things that are ending. She could be very successful with like joint finances, very successful when she teams up with other people. She'll have a lot of success when she gets other people to pay for her in this lifetime. All right, not saying anything bad, man. I mean, like that's where it is. She's gonna make her own money. I mean, goodness, Venus is at the top of her heart, at the top of her chart. Sorry, I misspoke. I said heart because my eyes leaped ahead to Chiron conjunct Venus there, and she might wear her heart on her sleeve. She really might be a bleeding heart, but at the same time, everything's in Gemini, so it oscillates a lot. Multiple relationships, maybe a little bit on the bisexual side of things. Definitely loose in the zipper. Obviously, going to have problems with kids. Going to get knocked up a couple of times. Over here, Pluto's in the second house, but whatever. You guys know that's whatever. And just move on. Like money is going to fluctuate, but she's going to inherit a lot of money, or she's going to make a lot of money through partners, whatever. All right, down in the fourth house. SLC didn't say anything about the fourth house, so this morning she was talking all about kids and stuff, and this woman, and she's going to chime in a sec. But just from the astrology here, I have a feeling she had an unusual upbringing. Maybe she grew up there's a problem, like something sudden and unexpected happened or unusual happened in her childhood, and it might have been a pretty strict childhood, or maybe there's a possibility that her parents were divorced at one point. Maybe one of her parents died. Maybe she grew up in a foster home. Maybe she grew up with her grandparents, or somehow there was always some kind of problem at home, or it was quiet at home, unusual. Or maybe she was an army brat, right? Like she grew up overseas, and she would have unexpectedly had to move around a lot for some particular reason or other thing like that. Hey, baby, did this girl move around a lot? Does anything funky happen with her as a child? She had daddy issues? All right, well, she had daddy issues. All right, well, there you go. There you go. All right, well, that's the action on this mini, just reading her chart down like that. That's what I see happening with her. Let's just check out her transits to see what the forecast is happening with her. So it came across Twitter that she was pregnant. But I got to tell you guys, I really don't see it. I looked at this. So this is her transits right here. This is what she's going through right now. This down here tends to be having children. There are other ways you can look at it. You can look at it like the ruler of the fifth house is way over, like it's found in the 12th of the fifth, like it's back here. So like, well, that's going to cause a lot of problems with children, man. just gonna let you guys know. Wow, she's gonna have a lot of problems with children. All right, but the ruler of the fifth house is currently in the fifth house. Let's not do astrology like this. This is really silly. There is a legitimate possibility that she is pregnant right now, and she very much wants to be pregnant right now. But if we don't do astrology like that, if we do astrology like this, and there's one more indicator. There's another indicator that she might be pregnant. Venus is about to move into the fifth house here. It is about to move into the house of romance and children. And if I saw this, or when I say this in the horoscopes, or if I saw this in someone's chart, I would say they have a very strong possibility of indeed becoming pregnant. Yeah, I really do. But you have to weigh a bunch of other stuff. You have to weigh a bunch of other stuff around it. Like, I didn't expect to look at this, but as we were talking, I just thought I'd look at it, and I'm noticing she is going to have, like, the ruler of the fifth house is actually in the fifth house right now. This is, so she might actually, like, that's going to, like, she might actually get pregnant right now. Okay, so there are two things I would look at right away that says maybe she's going to get pregnant. But in reality, when you look at it in another way, this is too much difficult stuff here. Saturn's about to cross her Mars right now. I would sincerely and unfortunately predict a miscarriage for this woman, and I think it's going to be very difficult for her. And I think it's going to be very difficult for her. But I see something negative happening to her and children if she is indeed pregnant right now. To survive this kind of transit, she'd have to really focus. She'd have to watch her health, obviously. She'd have to watch her health, but Jupiter is back here and the sun is over here. So she has the possibility to, like, she really can watch her health right now if she wanted to, and her day-to-day life should be pretty good. But I think for the next couple of months, she's just going to have to be patient, and take care of herself, because it looks like it's going to be a difficult time for her. Oh, wow, I just sorry to say that, but that's what I see. I wish her the absolute best, and I hope everything works out. I don't know anything about it, but I think it's pretty neat. All right, guys. Well, that's the action. Is there anything else you want to know about her? Like, look, this is her active energy right here, and it's going into the area of children and love and creativity. So that's where the focus of her life is going to be. Like, that's where it's going to be for the next couple of months. And it's an major extended focus. Like, these two guys are going to be conjunct for the next 2 months. So it's all about love and creativity for her. Actually, if you want to know a little bit more, she's coming out of a cycle where she's taking care of her home. So she might have been making money at the house. She might have been renovating the house, beautifying the house, or maybe she moved recently. I don't know anything about it, but these are just things that I just, would just guess off the top of my head. Also, she's got to watch her health, and that's about it. She's probably, her love life, her marriage life should be okay, but her, the dating is not so good right now, and it's definitely not good with children. And that's the action. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny, wishing everyone the best of a super beautiful day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share the videos. go, go find out and tell me. Leave me comments to see what's happening. I didn't get overly in depth here, and there we go. I thought, anyways, I thought SLC. Hey, baby, do you have anything that you want to add before we sign on? What? All right, whatever, man. All right, guys, everybody be cool. Subscribe to the channel, buy lots of merchandise. Share the video, share the video, share the video. And if there's anyone else you want me to check out, just let me know. And everybody be cool, and I'll see you soon.